What's up guys, we've got another driving test leaving from Birmingham Garretts Green. This one's leaving test centre roughly about 12:40. So if you want to know what the roads are like about 12:30, 1 o'clock, this will be that. This one is going to be a little bit faster because not many faults are made on this one, and I think it makes for slightly easier viewing. You can still see what the road conditions are like, what kind of things you're going to face. If I need to, I'll slow certain things down so you can have a better look. They do get extremely close to the truck in front, so they do pick up one minor here for following distance. They are stuck at this T-junction for a little bit of time. It looks quite fast because it is sped up, but they were here for a while. Notice how they didn't rush, they didn't try and pull out. Remember, you're not going to get marked down for waiting there if you're legitimately waiting there. If there's no gap, there's no gap. So currently they're following signs for Chelmsley Wood. Notice how they come off in the left-hand lane. They see that their lane is blocked, so they move back over to the right. Remember to check each mirrors before you do that. Coming up, we got the next sign to Chelmsley Wood. You can see that it is straight ahead. This is where you'll be looking at the road markings to see where you need to be positioned. A lot of people think this road's 20 miles per hour. It is not. It is a 30 mile per hour road, so make sure you still do a reasonable safe speed for that situation and that time. And again we can see Chelmsley Wood straight ahead. They're now following signs for Kingshurst, which the roundabout sign says straight ahead, but it's actually left if you look at the floor markings. It is still the first exit, but because on the floor markings it has a left arrow, a left signal would be required. And in the next roundabout they're following signs for Coles Hill, which is straight ahead. Lastly, they've been asked to follow signs for Chelmsley Wood, which is the roundabout is right. Normally they just carry on straight ahead. They've been taken into a side road for either pulling over or to find a manoeuvre. This time they've been asked to pull up on the left. The positioning to the right would be fantastic for a pull up on the right manoeuvre, but it didn't happen at this time. Now at the end of the road they've been asked to go left. There is a hill here, so make sure you have got good clutch control and it can be quite busy. And coming up is everybody's least favourite roundabout. I've slowed this all down so you can see how they do this roundabout. They're going right, and this is the famous spiral roundabout. You can see on the entry markings the right lane is for right only. So they've started off in the correct lane. As they enter the roundabout, they stick to the inside of the roundabout. The moment they're doing perfect. You'll notice there's a new lane opening. That lane is not for you. It's for the lane on the opposite road joining the roundabout. You stay in your lane and you do not leave it. At this point you would signal off to the left and you would just follow the lines off. It was done absolutely perfectly. Not a single fault was picked up. Down this stretch they did go 32 miles per hour, so they did get one minor for use of speed. This is quite a large roundabout coming up, quite a busy one, but they found a good gap and they just kept the car rolling. Down this whole stretch here, it is 30 miles per hour. There are speed bumps. They do reduce the speed slightly for the speed bumps. Nothing was marked down here for going over them at 20. I think it was a bit harsh for my car, but there was no driving faults here. At the end of this road, they're turning right. It can get a little bit busy down here, so with the other T-junctions, don't rush it. You only get marked down if you miss obvious gaps. Now, for this whole stretch, it is a long road. There may be a few awkward silences here, as it is such a straight road for such a long time. Don't be afraid to talk to the examiner at this point. These roads can get a little bit windy and twisty. Don't be afraid to reduce the speed if you think the other cars are too close to you. Just because the speed limit's 30, it doesn't mean you have to do 30 in that situation. Coming up is now a 20 mph road. They reduce the speed before they pass the sign. They're now coming up to the part where they're entering back to the 30 mph road. Make sure you don't increase the speed until you're past the signs. See them now. They have been asked to pull up, but they noticed there was traffic to the right, so they pull up a little bit further up, not getting too close to the bridge. You'll see that it is very, very close to the curb in the mirror, but they didn't touch it. Just be cautious and leave yourself a safety gap, as that was extremely close to be scraping onto the curb. This tunnel has no priority, it's kind of like a first come, first serve basis. I was told it was down this road where they got asked to do the show me question. It was show me how you would use the rear demister. So coming up is what I thought was a bit of a harsh stop. They've been asked to pull up on the left and then move off. This is just to test their hill start, and if you look, it's also an angled start. This road is now a 20 mph road, make sure you do stick to it. And this is the last of the pulling up on the left. If you look at the side mirror, you'll notice again they're extremely close to the curb and they don't leave themselves any safety gap. Be very careful of this. They've now been asked to pull up on the right and then reverse 2 cars' lengths. During the whole thing, they had fantastic observations and really good control. For this test, there was barely any internal faults whatsoever. There was one, I think, for misuse of gears. Here it gets a little bit tricky. They told me that they didn't want to block the car that was coming from the opposite way. However, the car then stopped and allowed them to come through again, which is absolutely fine because they decided to stop and my learner hadn't blocked the way. That's fine. So this was a pass.